Welcome to day two. Welcome. So in day one, you connected with your dream and started putting some magical energy towards that. Day two is all about identifying the gap between where you are and where you want to be, and specifically, what is the block that's keeping you from where you want to be. So I've promised to help you break through the number one block, and as I mentioned yesterday, that is for most people imposter syndrome. Now, as we mentioned yesterday, and I'm just going to recap that briefly to get us started in today, it can show up in a lot of different ways. Feeling like you're not enough, like you're not good enough, like you don't know enough, you're not young enough, or old enough, or pretty enough, or ugly enough, or whatever it is to be taken seriously or be respected in your field. It can show up as low self worth, a feeling of not deserving good things to happen, as self doubt and disbelieving in your potential, and talking yourself down like, who do you think you are? And that kind of thing. And it can show up as feeling literally like you faked your way into your position and you don't deserve it or didn't earn it, that you got where you are by luck rather than by qualifications. Or as a feeling of perfectionism that if you aren't perfect, you're not qualified. And these are all the voice of fear. And did you notice the common denominator? It's a little hidden, but these feelings are all based in other people's judgments. These are learned programs that have come to you from outside yourself, from other people, telling you how to feel, how to think about yourself. I mean, you didn't come feeling this way. No 1-year-old child worries about how they're going to look to others if they try to walk and fall down or sing a song and are off key. They honestly never even give a thought to that. They're just fully in the expression of themselves and in the joy of that. We learn to shut ourselves down because we're taught that when we're young children, when we're living in that state of hypnotic acceptance of everything that we experience, that we're told, even everything that we think, like our own meanings that we put onto things. And here's the difference between imposter syndrome and self sabotage. It's the difference between the seed and the fruit, or the fuse and the bomb. These feelings within you, which we call imposter syndrome, are the hidden motivations for self sabotage behaviors, feelings, and the behaviors that arise from those feelings. And one of the key ones is this fundamental feeling of being flawed, not being good enough, not being worthy or able or competent to succeed and to achieve what you think, what deep down you feel you could really do. So that's what you need to understand, is that imposter syndrome is putting your value, your self-worth, your accomplishments and success outside of you. Feeling like approval has to come from outside, that somehow you have to deserve it, that you're not inherently, innately worthy as the child of divinity, the spark of divinity that you are. We'll talk about that at another time. So, step one is really about connecting with what you want to be doing, where your dreams could take you. And now, step two is, well, where are you now? What's the gap between where you are and where you want to be? And what's keeping you in this gap? If you're already aware that you're doing self sabotaging behaviors, this is the time to identify what those are. What do you do? What is that mechanism that you use to knock down your dreams? Here's an exercise which is kind of fun, which is going to help to start to shift that, which is called Name Your Saboteur. For instance, I have relations with a number of my imposter syndrome saboteurs or past saboteurs. I have one called Denono, which is this part that comes up that says, I don't know what to do. I don't know if this is the right thing. I don't know if this will work, if I can do this. I have one called the Puny Puddle, which is when I just kind of crash under the stress of usually just my imagined worries and anxieties. And I essentially feel so much smaller than all the things I need to do or want to do. And I have one called Dr. Perfection, who doesn't want to seem imperfect from the outside. She doesn't want people to realize she's actually human. I mean, we all want to put our best foot forward, but there's also that part where we're afraid to show the warts. We're afraid that other people will see that we're actually flawed human beings and not perfect. So, what does your inner saboteur look like? What's it called? That's your exercise for today. Have some fun with this. Come up with a name that's humorous. And we're taking this lightly. We're dismantling this program. And part of the power of that program is in its seriousness, the seriousness of the ego and the materialistic thinking that says, oh no, this is really important. This is really true. And this is really bad. So we're going to start dismantling that energy a little bit just by taking it lightly. How seriously do you think I can take it when the puny puddle aspect comes up? Oh, and I'm saying to myself, oh, here comes the puny puddle again. And I've got this picture in my head of this silly thing happening. So that's your exercise for today, is to find a funny or lighthearted name, something that you're not going to take too seriously, something that's not judging you too hard. Because, right, that's back in the ego mode, and that just feeds the pattern. So instead, be playful with it. What if you could play with that part of yourself? What if that part of you weren't so bloody serious and it was actually okay? And then you can share this in the comments below this post, below this video, and you can be brave and share them, because as much as you may think, oh, I can't admit this to the world, well, everyone in the world is thinking the same thing. We've all got this going on to some degree, and we have a safe community here where you can trust and open up. I mean, you don't have to bare your whole soul. You can just share a little bit of it. But we are here for you. We feel you. We all get it. That's why we're here. So share that in the comments below to be entered into the prize draw tomorrow. And comment on at least one other person's post with something uplifting, some encouraging words. Good vibes only, remember? And you get bonus points, bonus tickets for participation in the group. So this is your time. And be sure to join me on the live today at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, because as you know by now, there's all kinds of great stuff that comes out in the live meeting. And when you participate in person, you get the benefit of being in the magical energy field with the rest of us as we're doing this. All right, so have fun. Good luck with it. Thanks for playing. Thanks for having the courage to be here and to do this for yourself. It's going to make a difference. All right, I'll see you in a little while in the live. Take care.